Hello everyone, welcome to my youth programming club. Today we will be solving another daily Leetcode problem, and the problem's name is minimum common value. So you will be given two integer arrays and they will be sorted in non-decreasing order, it means increasing order, and you have to return the minimum integer common in both of these arrays. Okay, and if there is no common integer, you have to return -1. And it is to be noted that an integer is said to be common to nums1 and nums2 if both arrays have at least one occurrence of that integer. Okay, so let's see what are the constraints here. So the length of both arrays will be of order 10 raised to power 5, and elements will be ranging from in both of them from 1 to 10 raised to power 9, and it is given that both will be sorted in increasing order, or you can say non-decreasing order. Okay, so let's discuss a approach that can solve it in almost linear time and without any extra space. Okay, so let's see how we'll be approaching this problem. So what we will be doing is, since the arrays are in sorted order, so we'll leverage this fact and use a two-pointer approach here. Basically there is nothing fancy here, just simple two pointers. One pointer will be helping us to traverse the first array, and the other pointer will be helping us to traverse the another array. Let's take the examples 1 2 3 and 2 4. It's quite okay, let's take it anyways. So 1 2 3 and 2 3 4. Okay, so we have to return the minimum. So what we'll be doing is, let's name the pointers first. So let's name this pointer 1, and this as array 1, and this is array 2, and this is pointer 2. So we will see what is the when two pointers will be pointing to certain elements, we will see what are their values. Okay, so this 3 is not there. Okay, so the element pointed by pointer 1 is less than the element pointed by pointer 2. So in that case, what we will be doing is, we will be increasing our pointer 1. Okay, so the pointer which is pointing to the lesser element will be increased by 1. Okay, so pointer 1 will be here now. Okay, so this will be your new position of pointer 1. Now you will compare again. When you will be comparing, you will see that these pointers are pointing to the element which is equal. Okay, elements pointed by these two pointers are equal. So in that case, you will be just returning those elements. Okay, I will be returning 2 here. Okay, and that's how we will be solving this particular problem. Else, let's say it would have been the case that there was no common element. Instead of 2, let's say there would have been let's assume that 4 and 4 sounds good. Okay, so your whole your pointer will be pointer 1 will be reaching to the very end. Even then there will be no common element between these two. Okay, and when there will be no common element, you will be not returning anything, and instead of that you will be returning -1. Okay, so this whole moving of pointers and checking what element they are pointing currently will only be happening till one of these pointers is not has not exhausted its array completely. Okay, so this pointer should be, both of these should be at a valid position. So what I mean by this is, let's say the length of this particular array is length 1 and length of this particular array is length 2. Okay, so we will keep doing this searching for the common element operation till this condition holds true. Pointer 1 should be less than len 1, and at the same time pointer 2 should be lesser than length 2. Okay, so when these conditions are holding true, till then we will be searching for the least common element in both of these arrays. And if we are out of this particular while loop, then we will simply be returning -1. Okay, so because there will be no common element there, so in that case we will simply return -1. Okay, so without any further delay, let's move to the implementation part. So first, let's today pick C++ for the implementation. Okay, and integer length 1, and length 1 will be having the length of the nums1 array. So nums1 dot size. Okay, and then length 2 variable will be having length of nums2 array, or say vector, so nums2 dot size. Okay, so let's declare the pointers. Pointer 1 will be initially pointed to the 0th index. Same case with pointer 2, 0th index of first array for pointer 1 and 0th index of second array for pointer 2. Now we will search for the common element, and we will continue our search till pointer 1 is less than equal to length 1, and pointer 2 should also be at a valid position. So not equal to exactly, it should be, it is a 0 based indexing, so less than. So pointer 2 should be also lesser than len 2 at the same time, and let's compare. So if element pointed by pointer 1 is less than element pointed by pointer 2, then in that case you will be moving pointer 1 ahead. And if it is the case other way around, if let's say element pointed by pointer 1 happens to be greater than element pointed by pointer 2, then in that case you will be moving the second pointer ahead. Ahead means we are traversing both of these arrays left to right, so one index ahead. And if it happens that both of the pointers are pointing to the elements which are same, then in that case we will simply be returning, let's see whether we are asked to return the number or its index. Let me check first. Okay, I guess it's the number only that was asked. Okay, return the minimum integer common. Okay, we do not have to return the index. Actually I was right that only number was asked to return. So nums, any of them you may return, whether it's nums1 pointer or nums2 pointer, doesn't matter, because both of these values are equal. Okay, so it's completely based upon your choice. So nums1 pointer 2. So here, if that not happens, we will be returning -1. Okay, so I guess this should be working just fine, and let's try to submit for the sample test cases evaluation. Okay, there is a error here. Okay, we forgot to mention 2 here. Let me write it. Okay, anyways, let's quickly check for any potential errors before submitting. It's it's a good practice to check quickly check for any syntextual or typos that can be there in your code. So everything is looking fine, I think. Other than that, it should be fine. So let's try to submit. Okay. Yeah, for sample test cases it's passing. Now let's submit for the final evaluation. Okay, it's passing for the final all of the test cases that were there. Okay, and that is how we will be solving this particular problem. And space and time complexities, as I also mentioned in the very beginning of this approach, let me write it here again also. Time complexity wise, it will be linear, order of n. And here is basically the minimum of these two lengths, length 1 and length 2, because this condition that we are providing will make the loop to terminate whenever one of these arrays is completely exhausted, and it will happen whenever as soon as the array having a smaller length. Okay, or you can, for if you are not going in that into depth, I think it might be other way around also. So you can just take maximum of them, just a loose upper bound, you can say. Okay, instead of minimum, just take maximum. Okay, to be on a safer side. Okay, so anyways, this is a loose upper bound then. And space complexity wise, as you have already noticed, that we are not using any extra space, just playing with pointers, so it's order of 1 constant. Okay, so that is how we will be solving this particular problem. If you are still having any doubts or any queries in general, then you may ask them in the comment section. Thank you for watching. Have a great day ahead.